How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Coach Franklin was just talking about how this team has really grown since, your first year here, and some of the guys who are kind of holdovers from that group, like yourself, fifth year. Had a chance to talk to one of them, Garrett Taylor, after the game, and he said in year 5, he feels like there's never been more of a complete buy-in among the program than there is right now. I guess, how does that work considering how young so much of the roster is, and how did you see that develop, and what is the sentiment you would agree with?
I think it's just something we've been building over the years. And since I've been here, since my freshman year, it kind of felt like, some guys like were kind of close-knit, some guys weren't, and I think every year since then, everyone's gotten like really close-knit, everyone, talks to each other, and everyone's, part of the team and, together, and there's a lot of chemistry, so I just think year by year it's slowly been growing, and I think there's been a lot of buy-in from, obviously the young players, but also the older players.
The one note that Franklin did make about the young players is there is sometimes a sense of you guys don't quite understand what it took to get to this point where top 10 is expected and championship expectations are here, whereas when you got here it was a different scenario. How do you guys kind of make sure that mentality is ingrained within those younger players who are coming in with a different understanding of Penn State than the one that you encountered?
We just kind of try to tell them, like, hey, look, we try to tell them kind of a little bit about our past and kind of, things we went through as freshmen. And we kind of said, like, how different the program has been since then and how much it's changed and how much I feel close-knit that we all are together. So I think we just try to remind them and try to, kind of just give them some background information on that. And they obviously, they listen, they understand, and obviously they buy in.
I'll go ahead, Neil. Are you a fan of College Game Day?
Yeah, when I get to watch it,
Yeah,
I'm normally busy getting ready for the game.
I'm just curious if you have maybe a favorite sign or something you've seen or a favorite show that you might like.
I don't even remember. When I get to watch it, I think, was it a couple years ago, Ohio State, someone said that Saquon likes to kick dogs. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was ridiculous. But it was funny. It made me laugh when I had seen it. But yeah, like I said, I'm normally getting ready for a game, so I don't, by the time I'm able to actually sit down and watch it, like I'm not able to watch it. It's all for air already.
Going back to Michigan in 16, was that kind of a low moment for you guys? How did you guys, as you look back now in the series with Michigan, which, they've had your number some, you've had theirs, been kind of a wide swing in these games?
I think we're just two great programs, two great teams. Obviously, both teams really well coached, and we just go back and forth. But I think that year in 16, after that game, I think it kind of like opened our eyes and like, hey, like we need to continue to buy in more now than ever. No matter what the situation, what's going on, like we need to continue to buy in, and obviously that worked out for us, and it's continually been working out for us.
For someone who hasn't been to the whiteout before, how would you describe it to someone who's never seen it?
It's college football at its finest. It's, for some people it's a once in a lifetime experience. So for me to have it for going on my 5th year, having it, it's a blessing. And, it's like one of those things like I said, once in a lifetime. It's kind of, to me, the same experience I had with the Rose Bowl. Not many people are able to say that they've been to a Rose Bowl. So I think it's one of those things where, you can only experience it once. If you're able to experience it more, then that's awesome. But it's college football at its finest, to be honest.
Do you remember, was your official a whiteout game? Do you remember or your first time seeing the whiteout, even if it wasn't official?
I think I was supposed to go to the whiteout the year that we won in 4 overtimes, and I wasn't able to make that trip because I think I had a high school game or something. So I was a little upset that I missed that game. But I think my first whiteout was my freshman year, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was my freshman year. I remember seeing it on TV, obviously seeing it on the internet, but I think my first actual being in the stadium during whiteout was my freshman year.
And I asked James about Rasheed Walker, and you've spoken about him before. What's kind of impressed you? Because we haven't been talking a lot about him through 6 games, which is typically a good thing. What's impressed you about him? I guess, how good do you think he can be long term?
I think he'll be really good long term. He has obviously the physical traits as along with the mental traits to, be a very successful player in the future. But I think for this year right now, and through the first 6-7 games, I think he's slowly improved every game. I think the first game, obviously for every guy that makes his first start, it's always a little tough and it's always a little challenging. But I think you can see throughout every week, throughout every film week after we play the game and we obviously watch it the next day, you can see that he's gradually improving. And obviously physical traits are always going to be there. He's always going to be athletic. He's always going to be long. So I just think the improvement mentally is the big piece of him. That's I can personally see him improving.
And how do you see that? What do you
I mean, obviously less, mental mistakes, when we're grading film. But, yeah, I mean, you can, like I said, things like that, you can kind of see, like, throughout the weeks, he's had less and less of those, and he's been improving, and it's been impressive to watch. He played really well last week, I thought, against Iowa.
Noah Kane is a physical runner, and Pat Frymuth was saying Saturday night it took him a little while to kind of fully appreciate him, since obviously you guys aren't going live in practice, and that physicality isn't always on display. So curious, when's the first time that you realized what was going to be something special for you guys, and what's it like blocking for a guy who can eat up yards like he can?
We always knew all 4 of those guys in the running back room were special. They all have their individual traits that makes them special. For Noah specifically, I remember seeing him in camp, or in spring ball and in camp. He was just very downhill. He would hit the hole. The minute he sees the hole, he hits it. He's very downhill, and I think what impressed me the most was, as seeing him in the games and things like that, seeing, when he's running, he can take multiple guys with him and just drag him. I thought that was pretty impressive for a guy his size. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen that in person, so to see that with him, I mean, it makes you want to block more, and it makes you want to block longer to the whistle. And you can obviously you can see in the film a lot of us try to, when we see him drag a couple guys, we try to help him out and push him. So it's impressive to watch, and he's been really playing well.
Anything else for Steven?
Just the running game in general. James was saying earlier that you guys reached a critical point with being able to have such an effective 4-minute offense. How much better is that now compared to where it's been in the past, and just how much, I guess, of a boost does that give you guys moving forward, knowing you've got that to hang your hat on?
It gives us a pretty big boost. I mean, we work on that every week in practice. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, we work on situations like that, like 2-minute, 4-minute. We work on those critical game situations where we need to be prepared if we ever see that in the game. So, it's kind of like second nature to us, to be honest.
Anything surprise you about Sean Clifford through 6 games? I know you probably had personal expectations and team expectations for him, but the 2 turnovers are something that stand out from our perspective, I think, but also what are you seeing in terms of his mentality, going on the road, encouraging his teammates? What stands out so far?
I just think the thing that stands out to me is his confidence. It grows every week. You can tell from Idaho he was a little nervous. Obviously, every quarterback that's starting in his first game for an elite college program will feel that way. So, I mean, for him to just kind of grow confidence and to grow, his, to raise his skill level every week has just been really impressive to watch. And, he's been playing really well, and, we're obviously going to do our job and block our best so that, he can do his job well.
One more teammate to ask you about. Michael Bennett was named the co-offensive player of the week by the staff. Seems to be playing at all Big Ten levels so far. Where does he compare to where he was last year as a first-time starter? And when you see him to your side, how much is he handling business game in, game out right now?
He handles his business all the time, throughout the week in practice and, off the field, getting in the tubs, watching film. So I just think it's hats off to him for his work ethic and kind of how he handles the week leading up to the game. And I think that's kind of what's been setting him apart from, I guess, any other, competitors you could say. I think that's just kind of been setting him apart from other guys, that his work ethic throughout the week has just been really impressive to watch.